We've been involved for years, and I don't even know how unique is the CDI.
Well, the CDI is one of, I would say, across the country, about 6 or 10 pediatric centers that have made a major commitment internally to fund science. But among those 6 or 8, CDI is actually unique in having an equal partnership of its School of Medicine and its Children's Hospital. So among the 127 medical schools in the United States and the 50 major children's hospitals in the United States, about 10 of them have major projects focused on discovery science, of which we are on one end because of this unique relationship.
Can you talk about like a lot of scientists just are maybe, I just want to say this, I'm making generalization, selfish. I mean, they kind of want to own something. How does this whole thing kind of, you maybe touched on this with the glue being these younger guys. How does this, how does this, is this really helpful? Is it sometimes hurtful? Tell us a little bit about the process.
I think that, so the project that I work in, I work with people up here in Danforth in biomedical engineering. And I was going to say, you know, we didn't realize that we weren't supposed to talk. So we spend half the time on the internet talking to each other. But I think that the older and more respected scientists that I've been working with are so happy to see us taking what they were doing and actually translating it to help patients, that when they see that, and when they see those kids, it all goes away. The ego just goes. It really does.
I mean, I'll say one thing. I mean, Washington, I mean, I've been here for 10 years. Washington University is an unusual place in the sense that the collaborative spirit that exists between investigators is unlike any place that I've ever been, that I even know of. So, you know, to get people who are already established, very bright, doing very good work, to help you with your work or to collaborate on projects, it's not that difficult. The trick is finding those people to work with. And whether it's a fortuitous introduction or whether it's you know, someone facilitating the process, it's just an extraordinary place to work. The CDI really greases that wheel, though, because it's one thing to say, yeah, I'll help. It's another thing to say, yeah, I'll help, but we can provide 5% of your salary to assist on this project, or we can pay part of the cost of collaborating with us. It's money works.
I just wanted to follow up on that and emphasize when I came to WashU 5 years ago from another institution, it was presented to me in the following way. Because it's true that some scientists are selfish and are really looking out for number one, and I think it does vary dramatically between institutions. And in some institutions, the attitude is your gain is my loss, because there's a tenure system and so on, and there's a winnowing process. But when I was being recruited to WashU, I was told that the attitude here is your gain is my gain. And I honestly found that to be truthful, even though it sounds a little corny. And that's part of the collaborative spirit at WashU. And as he said, the CDI definitely supports that type of collegiality. So I don't think that the environment at WashU is really selfish at all.
Can I just add on to that? Is there something that's done to really kind of like brand that? It just seems like St. Louis in general has a problem expressing itself to those outside St. Louis that there is innovative science going on here. There is collaborative science. I don't know, it's just me. I really think we ought to I hope it's marketed well, or it's just kind of a known, this has become known amongst the young people who go to medical school.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. People hear it. I don't think you actually experience it until you actually get here. You say, oh yeah, sure, you're collaborative, and then you come here and you actually say, oh yeah, they are. And how this is instilled, how this is developed, I think this is just sort of this is how it's always been done, sort of a top-down sort of approach. This is what you're taught.
I would say I grew up on the East Coast, quite close to some big East Coast cities and some big East Coast institutions. I think part of it is it's Midwestern culture. Part of it is the fact it's just a tradition that the leaders have brought. But I actually market it when I go out and look for engineering faculty. I tell them it's a great place for collaboration. The students at WashU, the undergraduate engineering students, are more cooperative than they are at MIT or perhaps Caltech. They're just more of a community spirit. And when I tell the faculty, come here at WashU, you'll have the opportunity to collaborate with people in chemistry, biology, pediatrics, genetics. It's something we do market to engineering, and it's something I believe that Alan uses. So I think in terms of faculty recruiting, certainly it's a strength, and we should do even more.
Last question before the drinks. Kelvin, you want the last word?
No, I'm good.
No? Okay, well, let's thank our speakers tonight. I thank all of you for spending the evening with us, and I understand there's some refreshments on your way to your vehicles. Thank you all.